Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, 144,001 third, the hopeful elect of Israel, and the brother Yahshua. And this lesson will be called Missiles Are Trending the News. Okay? While right in front of everybody's face, while you're sleeping and being distracted, the missiles have taken center stage. And you might even know of it, but you don't know what of it. All right, so let's get this. Deuteronomy 32 and 41. If I whet my glittering sword and mine hand take hold on judgment, that's what this is about. And that's what these instruments of war are for. Okay? Judgment. World War III is about judgment. There will I judge them for harming my people. Right? In the valley of Yehoshaphat, the Middle East. Anyway, I will render vengeance to mine enemies, and I will reward them that hate me. Let's read it up here. When I sharpen my flashing sword, that's that missile, and my hand grasps it in judgment. Okay? The Most High had created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire to make an instrument for his work. What is his work? Judgment. I will take vengeance on my adversaries and repay those who hate me. Let's get that real quick. Smith, that. Okay? This is all about those missiles. Okay? And what is it? Oh, the missiles are for what? For judgment. Isaiah 54 and 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, that missile. And I have created the waster to destroy. When them ICBMs go off, see, there are different levels of missiles. You got rockets, you got missiles, you got cruise missiles, you got ICBMs. Okay? So there's different levels. And right now we're in the level just above rockets. We're dealing with missiles, and now they're discussing what's in the news right now. Long-range missiles. If you get long-range missiles, missiles are trending the news. Wake up. See, unless you qualify it, it'll just go right over your head because missiles been in the news. But guess what? We're at it's the end game now. Okay? We're in the end game now. Right? And we're gonna make it to Joel 2 here in a minute. But first, let's see, where are we at? Big news. This is huge news right here. Yemen. This is huge. Okay? This is today.
Analysis.
Let's look at this. Missiles are trending the news. 6 hours ago. Yemen, let the weak say I am strong. Okay, we had to get that. Yemen fires ballistic missiles at central Israel. What do you mean central Israel? Tel Aviv, which is really the capital. They switched it to Jerusalem, but really the capital of Israel is Tel Aviv. And see how they're hiding it? Central Israel, my ass. Okay? Central Israel, my ass. All right? Who? Yemen. Yemen is at the bottom of the fucking totem pole. But what are they doing? How did you acquire a ballistic missile and you fired it at Tel Aviv? Okay? That is David against Goliath right there. All right? So this is huge. Yemen, see, and another thing, you have to understand. See, the World War III has been engaged. And the American people don't know it because the West media is covering it up. How can Yemen be fired? What is Israel going to do in response to Yemen firing ballistic missiles at them? That means they're engaged in war. So not only are they fighting Gaza, or the Hamas. They're fighting Hamas in Gaza. They're fighting Hezbollah in Lebanon, right? And what about this? Is this going on too? And they're fighting Iran. Is that going on too? If you don't understand yet that you're being misled and distracted from World War III that is raging right now, this is a clear indication that World War III is raging. Yemen can barely defend itself, and they're firing missiles at Tel Aviv. You understand? This is an indication that World War III is on and popping, and you don't know about it because you don't even know how to put the information together. Yemen fires ballistic missile? How? Okay, because they're being fed missiles. And who's using them though? Iran didn't fire back after all of those deaths and all of that. Oh, we're going to get you. Who is firing? Yemen fires ballistic missile straight at Tel Aviv. Iran didn't do that when it was their turn, right? Understand that this thing is going down. And these people, the Yemeni, are fully engaged. You think that they're not being fired on and destroyed over there in the retaliation? Of course they are. That's called World War III. If they can tell you this, Yemen fires ballistic missile, what's going to happen? You know how the Israelis play. They're going to drop a nuke on Yemen who can't even defend itself. Yeah, you got a little mosquito in there and put a little pinprick in there, okay, to show that you're about it, but one cruise missile does not a world war make. So it's coming. It's going down, but the real shit is coming. Okay, you got different degrees of missiles, which we'll go into, Lord willing. Okay, so let's listen to this. Okay, this is huge news, man.
Let's get some more analysis on this and bring in Elias Hanna, a retired Lebanese army general, joining us live from Beirut. Elias, thank you very much indeed for your time. Claims from the Houthis then of hypersonic missiles. What do we know about their missile capability?
Aaron, all ballistic missiles are hypersonic, but the degree of the hypersonic is different. So it is between 1 to 3, 4 max hypersonic, and it's like between 5 and 8 and 9. This is the real hypersonic today, and they are really only with the great powers, and they still do researches and trial and error, all of that. So I don't think that this is like a hypersonic per se as the new the fashion of the hypersonic, but still a hypersonic between 1 and 3 and 4 Mach that really reaching Israel. It means that prior to this, the Houthi have the military capability to reach Eilat, and now farther north 250 kilometers and targeting maybe Ben Gurion Airport. It's something. It's like win-win situation.
Now, this is what's going on in Eastern Europe right now. How far will the missile travel to be able to hit from what distance? He's breaking those things down. It goes into drones and it's crazy. All right. But this here, right? They're talking about the Middle East. Well, what's going on in Eastern Europe? In that theater, they're discussing long-range missiles. Missiles.
It tells us that the defense, air defense of Israel is a high vulnerability of this system of defense. Moreover, it tells us that Israel needs badly the United States of America and the allies to really defend it in the case of full-fledged war in the region. Imagine that Israel is really linked to the Central Command. They have like a radar, interconnected, and then they have a system to really detect the missile defense from its beginning, because the missile defense has the 3 phases: the boost one, and then the mid-course, and then the re-entry. So 15 minutes, it's enough for these radars to really detect it and give the order for the system to defend it and destroy it outside the Israeli border. Now we are seeing it's like 22 kilometers from Ben Gurion Airport. It's 26 kilometers from the Glilot. The Glilot, the area of the Unit 8200 that was targeted by Hezbollah. So it's like the center of gravity of Israel. The center of gravity is like the triangle between Acre.
Okay, so he's just kind of going off there about missiles, but what's going on? This is an escalation of the war. Middle East escalation. How? By introducing larger and better weapons into the theater. That's what's going on. All right. Even in the Middle East, Yemen got a hypersonic. Uh-oh. They're at the bottom of the totem pole, at the supply chain. Yemen's way over there, out of the way. They're not on the border like Lebanon or living in the state, I believe I'll call it, like the Gazans or Hamas or whatever you want to call them. So it's about being able to reach your target, and now those munitions are being introduced into the theater. Okay, so enough on that. That's the Middle East. The Houthis, though. Okay, the Houthis, who shouldn't even be in this. The Hamas should be in the headlines. Hezbollah should be in the headlines. The Iran. IRGC is, I believe it's called. They should be in the headline. What is Yemen doing? Yemen is at the like this. They're the most formidable. All right. Wow, those Yemenis seem to be the only Arabs and Muslims with balls. Glad to see the world standing up. Not the world. Yemeni are standing up against genocide. Hezbollah too. Hamas too. Other people are waiting for the right time to strike, like Iran, the Khamenei. They're waiting. All right, they're circling the wagons, getting their ducks in a row. But anyway, okay, so there's that, right? Let's go here. Hezbollah bombs IDF missile headquarters. Okay, so the Hezbollah up in Lebanon is firing rockets or whatever on a missile storage spot. Because why? Because somebody gave them some long-range missiles to be able to. Let's watch this. It's crazy. Okay, this is Times Now. It's lucky. Apparently, I watched a little bit of it. Times Now, 9 hours ago. So this is all happening. Okay. If all of this is happening, you got to understand they call it World War III. They're not telling you about it, or you're not digging it out and bringing it out, but it's going down. They got you distracted with chickens and geese getting their head cut off and sacrificed in Santeria. They got you hemmed up. Okay, so let's watch it. Hezbollah bombs IDF missile headquarters. Missiles. Yeah, what did you bomb the missile headquarters with? A missile. Here we go. This is serious, man.
Wow.
Israeli Army's emergency aid unit hit also. See what's going on. Hezbollah suddenly got some new munitions, and they're able to come down harder on Israel. The war is escalating. World War III is escalating. You're not hearing about this. This shit, Israel is over there taking hits. Iron Dome ain't working. This shit's popping over there, and you worried about chickens and geese.
Wow. Damn.
Israeli sites safe. Woo! You know you ain't gonna get no news like this coming out of Israel. They're like, oh no, we're fine. Iron Dome is working. Jacob's, David's sling, blah 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 blah. The war been started, y'all. Says amid near daily clashes, Hezbollah has claimed to have attacked an Israeli site for the first time. How and why? Because they're introducing bigger and better weapons. Long-range missiles. Long-range missiles are trending the news, letting you know that, hey, very soon you're going to be forced to understand that this war been going on. It just doesn't jump to ICBMs overnight. Okay, you'll see tactical nukes before you see ICBMs. This thing happens in stages, just like a rocket. Like the guy said, it's 3 stages. Look at that. That's serious. You understand how them Israelis play. If you hit them, they're gonna try to fucking burn you the fuck off the damn map. That's how they play. So if this is going on, if they're getting attacked on every side, we just showed you what Yemen did. So they know that they're being attacked on every, they're surrounded, they're being attacked on every side. And people don't understand that this is World War III. Okay? I'm not even mentioning what's going on in Kursk, what's going on in the Donbass, which is pretty much done. Okay? But they're attacking Moscow. What don't you not understand that this is World War III? They were given permission to have long-range missiles, right? You don't see what's going on? You don't want to see what's going on. A friend of mine told me last night, he said, well, I was talking about the war. He goes, well, why you got to be so happy about it? Oh, here we go. Look at that. Missiles, baby. Okay, so you get the point. I did see something that I might want in the video or as a thumbnail. Let me see. Bear with me for a minute. That. Probably can't get it. Ooh, that. That's what I want. Let me see if I can get that. Not much, but it's enough. Let's see. Missiles. Okay, so let's get out of here. What else do we have? Okay, so that's Hezbollah bombing missile headquarters. Okay, you think that the Israelis ain't livid about that and got to get that get back? Got to understand the dynamics of what's going on here. How dare you bomb our missile headquarters, right? Hamas. This is right there in Israel. Hamas strikes Israel headquarters with Chinese-made rockets. Okay? Different levels of missiles. Rockets. Strikes Israeli headquarters. Not missile headquarters. Israeli headquarters. Okay? That's Hamas. We just watched Hezbollah in the north. Hamas down south. Right? The Houthis whooping ass. This is another Houthi. The information was so good in this video. I like this guy. Like we're watching a movie. Okay. So let's see. Where are we going with it? West has meeting about long-range missiles. I typed that in. Here's what comes up. 21 hours ago, Russia ramps up rhetoric with West over what? Long range. This is in the news. Who is it? Sky News. Okay. Long range missiles 21 hours ago. Here's what's trending. Long range missiles are trending. Now we went to a whole different theater. We went from the Middle East. Now we're in Eastern Europe. What are we talking about? Long range missiles. They talk about giving Mexico long range missiles so that they could strike targets in the continental 50. How will long range missiles row between Russia and West? Sky News, is that in English? They say row when they say fight. I had a row with this bitch. 2 days ago, should US, UK, this is CBS News, UK allow Ukraine to use Western long-range missiles? Okay, so the missiles are trending. Okay, this is 2 days ago. Big, West agrees to Ukraine's big long-range strike demand. NATO war next. 2 days ago. What's in the headlines? Long range what? Missiles. Long range missile strike. Long range missiles, BBC. You see what they're doing? 1 day ago, Hindustan Times. Long range missile. So 1 day ago, 2 days ago, hours ago. Where are we at? Give me an hourly. 21 hours. 1 day. Got some hours in there. But you get the point. All right? Long range missiles are in the news. They're trending. All right? Putin's Tu-142 aircraft flies over Alaska. Right? That's not the Continental 50. Amid Ukraine tensions, U.S. forced to scramble jets. You don't understand that this is World War III? Scramble jets my ass. This is what you're getting. This is the news you're getting. What really happened? Okay? Look at this. Putin, North Korea, Russian guided bombs and Iskander missiles. So Kim Jong-un, whatever this nigga's name is, he's dealing with long-range missiles, Iskanders. 6 hours ago. One day, long-range strikes inside Russia. So you see where this thing is going? What do you think we're going to be hearing in the next month? Right? If they're talking about missiles now, they'll be using them between now and next month. And then we'll see what the results of the next phase of this war as it escalates. Okay, is the point that I'm trying to make here. So let me see. IRGC, Putin warns. Let's see. That's pretty much it. Let me see. So let's go to Joel. Right, you get the point. Wait, let me check this one more time. I don't want that. I want this. Slovakia. Okay, so we have any more straight missile? I mean, you get the point. Okay, you get the point. That's good enough. All right, so missiles are trending. The news. This is Joel 2. these locusts being spoken of are missiles. Okay? We're in the NLT. We'll just stay there and we'll read from 3. This is describing a missile. Joel 2, 2 and 3. Fire burns in front of them. That's that warhead. And flames follow after them. That's the rocket or propulsion system. Ahead of them, before they detonate, ahead of them, land lies as beautiful as the Garden of Eden. Okay? That's before they detonate. But behind them, after they detonate, behind them is nothing but desolation. Not one thing escapes. So that's after the detonation. Now, this is describing their power. They look like horses. They charge forward like the war horses. Power. Look at them as they leap along the mountaintops. Listen to the noise they make as the rumbling of chariots, like the roar of fire sweeping across a field of stubble, or like a mighty army moving into battle. Army of locusts is talking about those missiles. We could go further. Okay? They never jump down to 8. They never jostle each other. Each moves in exactly the right position. They break through defenses without missing a step. They swarm over the city. They run along its walls. They enter all the houses, climbing like thieves through the windows. Okay, so this is talking about how those missiles move. Okay, so missiles are trending. All right, one day ago, Trudeau.
In international news, as the U.S. and Canada signal support for Ukraine to use long-range weapons in the war against Russia, Vladimir Putin is warning this would be a direct participation of NATO countries and a serious escalation of the war. Eric Vano joins us live in studio with the latest. Eric?
Adam, Putin is hinting that if Ukraine were to use long-range weaponry against Russia, it would lead to a world war.
I like this. So we'll go ahead and close. I don't like that. Let's see. Try that again. Yeah.
Minister Justin Trudeau is undeterred by these threats, saying he fully supports Ukraine using long-range weaponry. Meanwhile, President Joe Biden is also signaling openness to this and met with the new British Prime Minister Keir Starmer today to discuss it.
We wanted very much to use this weapon and just to attack these jets on the military bases, not civilians infrastructure, military bases.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky speaking with CNN today about his desire to use long-range weapons, saying targets would be Russian airfields, missile launchers, fuel tanks, and ammunition depots.
So with that, we will we'll go ahead and close. This thing is escalating. You gotta repent, pray for forgiveness, get yourself in order, and watch the fireworks because this thing is going down. So with that, we hope that the elector edified you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.